We're 2 minutes now to the start of this final heat, and the Budweiser and Dave Villwock is going to come by the start-finish line, and he's trying to park on lane number 1, but now cutting the course is Greg Hopp in the Auburn Chevrolet, and Greg Hopp is going to park it right on lane 1, go down on speed, and this is dicey. We are still a minute 42 to the start of the final heat, and Hopp is throwing water over the bow. The Budweiser coming up and settling in lane 2. The Elam tried to make an inside move, but now goes to the outside of the Budweiser, and they will come up the backstretch. They are way early, but that is how it goes when everyone is battling for lanes. The Budweiser plowing water through the turn. The Elam as well, but Auburn Chevrolet and Greg Hopp, he wanted the inside, and he has it, and we'll see how they scrub the speed off. A minute 16 now to the start. Very slow up the backstretch. It'll be the Auburn Chevrolet in lane 1. The Budweiser will be in lane 2. The Elam Plus will be in lane 3. The Lumar will come up and probably grab lane 4. And on the outside, it'll be Skyway Park Bowl with Mike Hansen and the Trend West. Doesn't look like there are any other lanes to get. They're very slow up the backstretch, Chip. I know you don't like this kind of start, but is that what they have to do to get the lane they want?
Dave Villwock pulled a great move. He used the boat on the inside. The blue one right there with Greg Hopp is a pick. Nate had nowhere to go. He had to go outside. That could have been the death move right there.
You know, Chip, Greg Hopp just dropped off a plane. He tried to scrub too much speed. He went too slow. The boat went to ground idle, and now that gives the Budweiser the inside lane. That was a big risk that Greg Hopp took trying to get the inside, but the engine just quit on him. And now as they head up, the Budweiser's on the inside. He has kept his engine going. We are 22 seconds to the start of this final heat here at Seafair, and we'll set them for you as they come off the upper turn and bring them down to the starting line. Budweiser in lane 1, Elam in lane 2. That's exactly where they were a week ago. We should have a Donnybrook. In the middle of the race course is going to be the Skyway Park Bowl with Mike Hansen. They come screaming down to the start. We'll see how the officials see it. It's Skyway Park Bowl and Mike Hansen and Budweiser. Trend West on the line. A legal start. Trend West way out front, but on the way outside, it's the Budweiser by a nose over the Elam on the inside lanes. To the turn, the O'Doul's eye in the sky. Trend West and Mark Tate, is he leaving enough room? And looks like it. Skyway Park is through, but the Budweiser is through the turn first. And on the inside lane, the Elam got some spray. And Elam has bad water, racing water ahead of him. It's Skyway Park Bowl chasing the Budweiser. The Elam on the inside. Skyway Park Bowl picked up a lap penalty. It is Dave Villwock screaming up the backstretch, Chip. And Dave got lane 1 again and has the race course now.
He's played this like a chess master. He got the lane. He used other pieces to get his opposition where he didn't want him. Dave's in a commanding position. I don't know what can stop him now.
Off the exit pin, it is Budweiser and Dave Villwock. You know the Trend West is still right there. They come screaming down. The Elam is well back, and the Trend West is chasing. The Skyway Park Bowl picked up a penalty. Nate Brown a little late at the start. Villwock was right at the start and on the inside lane. Lap 1 for the Bud, 138.211. Not his course record that he set earlier today, but he's got the race course to play with. 4 laps to go for the Budweiser. The Elam is still running hard. It's changed lanes now. It's gone inside the Trend West, and we'll see how that works out for him. But the Budweiser is out of the turn, halfway up the backstretch. It's Budweiser's race, but let's set the field. Budweiser in first. It is second place is the Trend West. Third is the Elam. Fourth place and plowing water out of the turn now is the Lumar. And Mike Weber is plowing water in the turn as well. Lumar is fourth. Skyway Bowl is penalized a lap off the upper turn. It is Dave Villwock and Chip. Now he just has to keep the baby together. The Elam is getting very light in the turn.
Dave's thinking right now, this race could not have gone any better for me. He did everything I wanted him to do. I did everything I wanted me to do. Things are looking good for me.
Budweiser completes lap 2. He picked it up 139.594. The Elam nearly flew the boat twice in the upper turn. They complete lap 2. The Elam now is trying to chase the Budweiser, and you can bet this, the Elam will keep the pressure on the Budweiser. Villwock had to pick up his speed. Elam's going through the turn, and it is very rough. You can see the wake he's going through, and our O'Doul's eye in the sky. The Elam in very rough water, bouncing, throwing spray over the boat. He's a good 2.5 rooster tails behind the Budweiser. Chip, should he settle back for second? He seems to still be pushing it, and pushing it hard.
You know, the thing that's sad for you, he's getting very high, and I tell you what, Nate's got the faster boat, but when you're stuck outside and have a longer distance to go, there's not much you can do with it. As a driver, that's frustrating.
Off the upper turn, the Budweiser, a beautiful rooster tail. Dave Villwock puts it on the buoy line, and he will come down and complete lap number 3 with 2 more laps to go to win the General Motors Club. The Budweiser gets a little bit light and bounces again across the start-finish line. Whoa, the Budweiser nearly went over. He went very light and hung in the air for a while. He ran lap 3 at 136.250. The Elam still after him. The water water is lumpy, it is soupy, it is bouncy. And last week they ran side by side for 2.5 laps, but this time it's just trying to survive the race course. Just what the driver said, Chip, the first order of business, survive Lake Washington.
Survive Lake. This is a most difficult race course because of the wakes from the log. When you see all those pleasure boats on the outside, they make wakes. They make this a very treacherous place to race.
Let's reset the field for you. Your Budweiser is your leader. He'll come around and he will complete his 4th lap. He's been around 3 times. He should get the flag showing 1 more lap to go. So he is your leader. The Elam is running second, and Nate Brown has been flying the boat all over the course. Amazing, he's still upright. The Budweiser caught air before. 3rd place right now is Trent West. 4th, Auburn Chevrolet and Greg Hopp. 5th is Alumar. 6th is Mike Weber and Grand Central Casino. 1 lap to go for the Budweiser, Chip. Is this where you hear the gremlins?
Absolutely, but when you're driving the Budweiser, there very seldom is a gremlin. This is a very well-prepared boat. You don't see it break down very often.
Budweiser is in and out of the lower turn. The Elam still trying to keep the pressure on. It came down to that start. You know, Elam in traffic did not get a good start. He was in traffic, and he also did not have a lot of room to work in there. There is no penalty apparently on the Skyway Bowl. The penalty is on Mike Weber, so Skyway Bowl is running 4th. Let's set your leaders now. Budweiser leading, Elam 2nd, Trent West is 3rd, American Chevrolet 4, 5th is Skyway Bowl, 6th is Lumar, and 7th is Mike Weber in the Grand Central Casino. Here is the Budweiser, your leader, and he comes down. The checkered flag waiting for Miss Budweiser. Bernie Little returns after missing 3 races. He owns the boat. Dave Villwalk drives it to victory. It's a hometown win for the crew. He nearly flies the boat again right at the finish line. The Budweiser wins the 2002 General Motors Cup at Seafair. 2nd place to Nate Brown in the Elam Plus. And now we've got a great battle for 3rd. The Trent West on the outside, the Auburn Chevrolet on the inside, but it's going to be Mark Tate to come down and take the checkered flag for 3rd. Auburn Chevrolet will grab 4th. That'll leave Mike Hansen in 5th and the Lumar in 6th place. Mike Hansen, the Skyway Park Bowl and Casino, will grab a 5th, and the Lumar with Jimmy King will get 6th. And to win with such great competition out there with the Elam, it's got to be gratifying. Once again, fighting for lanes, and you snaked them at the start.
Yeah, you know, it turned out really good for us. I mean, but mostly, you know, it was a little cat and mouse game there, and it looks like I came out on top of that one. I may not come out next time, but you know, we didn't have the fastest boat here, but we had one that was darn near fast enough. And then the Bud crew came out and they ran that boat for an hour this morning, trying to make it better and better and better. When the white caps were up and surf was up, that's when the Bud guys get busy. And believe me, they came up with a great race boat that could handle, go through the turns, and it was flawless. So, you know, I had to get it to the starting line. That's, you know, I told Lauren before we started, I says, God, you know, this is probably the best chance we've had in 2 years.
Dave, you looked very light coming by the start line a couple times as well. I'm sure Bernie and Joe saw that. Joe nodded his head. Yeah, Sam saw it.
I don't think we left any mile per hour laying on the table. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, well, they see you 3 rooster tails ahead and flying. What's up with that?
Hey, well, Nate was coming, believe it or not. Nate was coming, and his lap times were coming up, and he was, after he got by Tate, he was giving it a shot. So hats off to the Elstrom team and what they did to really chase that hard. And you know, and so you could see that how hard we had to run. It wasn't like we were out there sloughing around. You know, boat was running at 11/10 out of 10.
Congratulations, Dave. You did a great job.
Thanks a lot.